Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. Welcome to Two Pastors and a Podcast. Do. Ba-dun-ch. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-ch. Boom, 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 boom. No, I just got to keep it how it is.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm getting too into it. I tell you, if I could play the drums, that would be me.
I can play the drums.
Well, then you need to do our little intro.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's freezing. I just want everybody to know it's cold in this church.
A different angle. I think I'm going to come from here from now on. I want to see if this works better for me.
That might work.
Maybe. All right, get my screen set up.
Myself in the face.
Sometimes I get agitated with my iPad.
It's because it's an Apple. I know
Got
these
to turn
things.
the volume down. Get the comments up. Okay. Good to go.
Yay. Can they hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I already tested it. Yeah,
Yay. I think we're getting the hang of this.
it's every week's a little easier. It's only been a whole year almost.
We'll get to it eventually. We got high production value around here.
I know. You look at some of the podcasts out there. They have editors that make shorts out of them, and I ain't got time for that.
No. You get what you get.
This is for
around
nobody
here.
else but our church anyway. If other people straggle in, then great.
Hello
Welcome.
other people.
Welcome to Two Pastors in a Podcast.
We won't be talking about anything that's interesting.
I do have coffee this morning.
Just kidding.
Unlike last week, because as I told you earlier, I don't sleep anymore. This morning, I think I went to bed about 11. I think I had crashed on the couch. Well, anyway, I was up all night, and then I woke up at 4:30. And so I got up, did my devotions, worked on my sermon, got the scripture done for Sunday,
You've worked a whole day already.
made breakfast.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Worked a whole day already.
I'm a little groggy today.
That's okay. I call that the insomnia zombie.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of start to feel like you're there, but not really there.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's not fun.
Yeah, I'm not super cloudy yet. But probably by about 1 o'clock, I'll be done working.
I think I'm
and
going to
be
go
like,
home.
I got to go home now.
I got to
This
go
is
take
too
a
much.
nap, maybe.
This is too much. I thought let's burn a few minutes here. Just
Okay.
give some folks to come on because I want to talk about Pastor Appreciation Sunday for just a few. But I don't want to jump ahead and then some people hop in the middle. And
We could do
Hold on,
our
maybe
get to
nobody.
know you now if you want.
that seems to be the one thing people enjoy more than
Oh,
anything.
okay. Well, we could just talk about how cold I am.
Yeah. I walk into the office. I walk into the church, and she beat me here, which is always like that's a miracle
Surprising.
in itself. I pulled up. I didn't get a ring notification. I don't know. Maybe I think the battery
it's
might
dead.
be dead.
Yeah.
A lot of good that does.
Yep.
So I thought, oh, she either had something to do that I forgot about, or she slept in today. And then I get here, and you're here. Oh man, she beat me here. So I come in, and I notice I left the soundboard on for 2 days, so that was agitating. And then I come in, and I get in my office, and then I turn around, and I'm like, you see your door closed. I'm thinking, oh, does she have a meeting? So I pause. I'm like, okay, is she on the phone? Because I didn't want to knock on your door.
I also had my Bible going, so it
So
wasn't
I
me
heard
talking.
talking, and I was like,
Yeah.
do I knock on the door? And then I listened a bit more. I was like, that sounds like a robot voice almost.
That is AI generated.
AI generated Bible reading.
Yep.
So then I knock on the door. I open up the door, and she's got her door closed because she's got her space heater running. She's got this blanket on. I'm surprised she didn't have her electric blanket on her legs.
I thought about it.
She does have her electric
do.
blanket in there. I looked in, I laughed, and I said, Oh, you're full fall
Yes.
mode, full winter mode right now.
It is no longer fall. It is freezing
In
in this church.
fairness to you, everyone probably needs to come with an electric blanket, battery operated, of
You
course,
do.
on a Sunday morning.
You
Some
do.
kind of shawl, some kind of blanket. It might warm up.
It won't.
It might warm up by the time we start or by the time we're done.
No.
But it's going to be cold when
It's
you
gonna
get
be
here.
cold. Emma brought her little. It's not really it's like a
Yeah,
little wrap.
I know.
It's so funny.
She made it.
I'm like, girl, just bring a blanket. But if she likes it, it's cute. She brought that on Sunday. I was gonna say, there's nothing that's more fun than playing an instrument with frozen fingers.
Oh my goodness! During practice, my string fingers, it was miserable. It was
Something
miserable and cold.
We love winter here.
To all those who have just started coming since May-ish, we've had a big influx of y'all that we love.
Live long and prosper. May
You
the
are
force be
about
with
to
you.
experience summer's pretty frustrating. It gets so hot and stuffy, and especially VBS time, it's hot and stuffy, and it's hard to do anything in here.
I don't
But
care.
this building is so frustrating in the wintertime. The parking lot's frustrating in the wintertime. The building, the HVAC's frustrating in the wintertime.
You wait.
It's just not fun in this building when it gets
No.
cold.
You're going to hear some very large complaints about the parking lot from your pastors.
I mean, you see me out there
Oh.
You'll see me out there shoveling, breaking apart ice, trying to make it safe. It's not very inviting, but I block the parking lot off, especially when snow's coming, because people do so many turnarounds.
Yeah, they just pack it down.
They pack it down. The problem with a gravel lot and on that slope, packs down, it melts that top layer.
Just turns it into an ice
turns
skating
to a
rink.
sheet
It's
of ice.
crazy.
It's terrible.
It's
I've been out there before with picks and shovels on my own,
yeah,
breaking ice apart and trying to shovel it off.
and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, in a gravel lot, you can't scrape all the way down. You have to your shoe has to be at least an inch, if not 2 inches above the ground. Otherwise, you're just going to peel all your gravel off.
Yep. And then you try to put even salt on it. It just melts holes and then it turns back into the sheet.
Yeah,
of
it
ice.
just
It
falls
does
through
nothing.
into the gravel and
does absolutely nothing.
So welcome to Harbor in the wintertime. It's a very frustrating time.
We love our building. We hate the gravel lot.
I never said I love our building. I'm grateful. I
love you,
I
building.
want to emphasize that.
You're a good building. Keep
I'm
it up.
Grateful.
Don't fall over
I'm grateful.
today.
I'm just going to keep saying I'm grateful.
Oh, man.
I'm grateful.
I'm grateful for a building. I'm grateful that I'm not in the elements right now.
Are we though?
However, it kind of feels like we are in the elements.
I feel like we're in the elements a little bit. The only thing missing is a little wind. You can open up the windows. Well, anyway, I am grateful, but it is a bit of a challenge in the wintertime here.
It is.
So we're heading into those months. I start to get worried. You stress the whole week.
You look at the
Is
weather
snow coming?
8 million
Are
times.
we going to have church? Are we not going to have church? And you can't. We'll tell people, come if you want, but stay home.
Yeah.
And I've had people come. Great.
Good job.
That's great. But the parking lot's a nightmare.
It is. It's very
So someday we'll not have that problem, but it's a long ways off.
one of these days. For now,
That was
we're thankful
a Christian
for
song.
space.
Is that one of these?
One of these
days. Who wrote that
I
song?
don't know.
Avalon.
That sounds like an Avalon song.
It might have been.
Yeah.
Anyway, that takes you back. All right. Well, let's do our. Before the get to know you a moment. That'll be a good middle ground before we move into Bible study time or just looking at Scripture, whatever you want to call it. So Sunday was Pastor Appreciation. I just want to take a moment to just say thanks. It was a good day.
Good.
Yeah. Good food. Sweet letters from folks. It was just simple, but it fits who I am as a pastor. I remember last year last year was a really painful pastor appreciation because nothing happened. And by something happening, I don't mean an event. There was just not even a moment in the service just to say thank you. It was just nothing. And I remember that didn't bother me too much because I don't really get hung up on like rando holidays. They don't bother me too much. It didn't bother me until I went to another church, and then I was celebrated at another church. And I was like, oh, now I kind of feel bad.
Yeah.
So anyway, the board said, hey, we messed up. We're not going to do that again. And so this year, I said, it doesn't have to be much. You know who I am. So doing a potluck fits who I am as a pastor. Just even if no one talked to me, just hearing my people laugh and talk and spend time together, that is what makes this pastor's heart sing anyway.
Yeah.
So seeing that happen on Sunday was really nice.
Good.
Yep. And I did break the rules because I signed up as eating Ezekiel so I could bring coleslaw and no one would know it was me. That was also because of Keith, so you can thank him later because he signed up first.
You can't have a potluck and expect Keith not to cook. I'm just saying.
Me either.
I feel like that's just silly.
Wasn't fair.
It's not fair.
So I did it.
However, you have now inadvertently found my new favorite dessert. Dude, that's some good stuff.
I know. It's so easy.
She told me, like you told me, and then she told me, and I was like, I think I'm going to make that for everything from now on because that's so good.
You know what's good 3 days later? That cold.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be warmed up.
It's so good.
Oh, man.
My mouth's watering just thinking
I know.
about it.
There's so much butter overload. It was great.
Don't get my cholesterol tested for a while.
I know. Many people don't know, though, the debacle. And so I want a special thank you to Missy Nowling. Most people don't know on Sunday the chaos that was going on behind the scenes, and she kind of played it off as Missy always does. So from pastor appreciation to appreciation for Missy, she got a call at the beginning of service. She has had chicken ordered for a while. That said, we don't have your chicken at 10 o'clock. What do you mean you don't have my chicken? It's today. I got to have chicken. She calls Kroger. Nope, we can't do it. Well, she had tried to set up Kroger a while ago, but they had so many big orders for that day. So no, couldn't do Kroger. She's just like, we have some. She's like, make what you can make. And then Dawn is in there, and she overhears that Dawn stays in there and like rubs her back and prays with her a little bit because she knew like, breathe. Oh, I think this is a problem. I think we need. And so then Dawn and Missy are literally driving to this gas station way out on 32 to have this guy make chicken tenders, which turned out to be really good chicken tenders.
I didn't even see them, so I didn't try them, but I heard they were really good.
They were really good.
Yeah.
So guess where we're going to go from now on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, so she, during service, instead of coming to church to try to make sure that pastor appreciation went off, she's across town finding chicken because Walmart couldn't fulfill the order that they had promised to fulfill. And we ended up having plenty in the end.
Yeah. I'm still eating chicken at home.
Oh, fair. Yeah, that's fair. But so thank you, Missy. I know it was a really stressful day, and I know most people didn't realize that, but she worked so hard to make sure that morning went well.
Yeah.
And she got a taste of what Thanksgiving service feels like for me, where I'm stressing out about, even Dawn did, like stressing out about, did enough people sign up? We're not going to have enough food. Oh my goodness, bring 3 extra dishes. We got to,
make Carrie go get like a whole bunch of stuff to make extra things.
Yeah, which I'm going to do. Listen.
We do that anyway.
You tell me what you want. I'm going to do it. Got to make sure you have enough food.
Yep.
Anyway. So thank you,
Missy.
Thank you, Missy. Thank you, church, for the food. Thank you for making me go first, which was very weird and very hard for me to do because I worry so much about running out of food for you. And if anyone's going to not eat that day, I'd rather it be me than anybody else. And so it was a lot for me to go first. I didn't like that feeling. I didn't like that feeling very much. But
But you
I
gotta
needed
suck
to.
it up.
There was. I need. I think it's a test of leadership and just even being a good church person is. You do have to let people love you, and it's sometimes loving people so much can actually become a barrier to you being loved.
Yeah.
And so you have to receive love sometimes. So Sunday was an exercise of me letting you love me, which is not easy. It's not easy at all. So
It was good. It was good.
a good
Sunday.
day.
Good food. I went home and took a nap.
I did not. We got ready for youth ministry.
Yep. It was a good Sunday, though. I enjoyed it. I appreciate all the cards and gifts that y'all gave me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a good time.
It was a good day. Good sermon.
However, I'll let you guys ride last year's pastor appreciation gift for a few more years.
Oh, yeah. Last year, if you weren't here, it kind of was spearheaded by Emma. Emma came up with it. Emma and Margot, I think, or maybe just Emma.
It was Emma.
It was Emma because we had come across Star, this baby Australian Shepherd puppy, on Halloween night.
Yep.
And
We were-
because pastor
well, it
appreciation
was-
didn't happen, it was
Right.
like, can we do this for her?
Yeah.
Because, you had lost your dog recently. And so we coordinated with Keith. Are you sure? Are you sure?
Are you sure it's time?
You don't just go buy someone a puppy.
Yeah.
you don't do that. That could be a nightmare.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, it's okay. Yeah, go ahead and do it. So last year, on that, first Sunday of November, it was a year ago.
It was.
Literally. Here comes in this little puppy, and just to say thank you to you.
That was the
so-
first dog that was in
then
Harbor
Keith,
Nazarene Church.
then Keith decided to buy himself a pastor appreciation.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Nova.
Mm-hmm. Got a hangnail. So anyway,
Do you need a-
have the gift.
Do you clippers?
No, it's okay. You have the gift that keeps giving.
She
for a few more
does.
years.
She keeps waking me up with kisses.
Yep. Damn it.
Every time I'm just like, thanks, Harbor.
And she's like a little. I love watching her. She folds in half.
She
when
does.
She
She
gets
literally
excited.
turns into an L.
She
It's
doesn't know how to
hilarious.
shake just her tail. It's like her whole butt just.
It's like a rotating
Yeah,
booty.
yeah. But she's a sweet dog. So.
She is.
Yep. So anyway, to start, thank you for everything. That was a great day.
It was.
Okay, get to know you segment.
Get to know you. I need a new jingle for get to know your pastor.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
No,
No? Okay.
no jingles.
No
You
jingles,
get the
fine.
first jingle. That's it.
Okay. When you were a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? If you say a pastor, I'm quitting right now.
No. It's always you got just for future reference. If you ask me a question about my childhood,
Farmer.
if you want, there's a big risk
I know.
in where I come from.
I know.
What I come from. A lot of trauma, a lot of triggers.
I thought this might be a good one though.
No, it's not a bad one. So I'm glad it's not a trigger this morning.
No existential crises today.
I got to think for a second. I mean, I don't really think I had like a thing nailed down ever that I thought, this is what I want to be when I grow up. You get asked that question a lot.
You do.
I do know and still is my favorite vehicle on the entire planet is a fire truck.
Oh yes.
For ADHD,
Yep.
all those nozzles.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing.
That's not like a pilot. Then there's a lot of buttons on a plane.
No, I was never around planes, but
This
I saw
is
fire
true.
trucks a
This
lot.
is true.
They're so big and shiny.
Yeah.
So I think there were times where I, maybe the allure of being a fireman, but not because I
to
cared
drive
about
the
saving
truck.
people. I just wanted the truck.
I just want to press the
I just
buttons on
wanna-
the truck.
And I did farm, with my uncle on the family farm through the summers. But I can't say that there was a moment where I thought, yeah, this is what I
Yeah.
want to be when I grow up. So I don't know.
My phone keeps distracting you with all of its.
It's
Ads.
not. I'm still thinking. Yeah, I don't know. Give me a second to think, because maybe there's a thought in there that I haven't
That's okay. I can go.
You go. What when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I loved.
If you say children's pastor,
I always I wanted to be a children's pastor since I was born. No, I loved writing.
writing. Okay.
I wanted to be an author. Never really got on that train after a certain age, but I still like fantasize about making like a children's book or something.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't hate being an author, but now that I think about it now, I don't think that I have the creativity inside my brain to like think of all these different stories. So Keith and I have actually played around with the idea that he comes up with the ideas and I will write it.
Oh, that's fair. It's an ADHD dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to be an author, and I
Yeah.
have about 6 books that I'm working on. And I'm not even exaggerating. But I can't finish one.
I loved it when I was in the 3rd grade. Our teacher had us write like short stories, books, and mine got picked to go to like a young authors conference, and so I got to go and like meet some authors and just go to like a little conference. I don't remember it all that well. I was in 3rd grade, but I just remember that was really cool, and I was like, oh, I could do this. I could be a New York Times bestseller. No.
And there you have it.
And now here I am.
Here you are. No writing.
No writing. Not any kind of writing that it's all for school at this point.
They asked that question when Lily was in preschool. She went to Rainbows and Rhymes.
Yeah.
So they asked every kid one day, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it was one of those picture things, Lily wanted to be a paper cutter. That was what she wanted to be. I was like, oh.
Well,
I don't know where you get that from. I don't, a kid probably cutting construction paper, but that's what she wanted to be when she grew up.
Somebody probably told her that she did a really good job at cutting something. And she's like, yep, this is what I'm
going
to do.
I want to be a paper cutter.
That's exactly right.
I should have taken her to, at the time, Donley's.
Oh, yeah.
And let her see them actually cut paper. I'm feeling a little groggy right now. I'm starting to feel like
I don't know why. I can't imagine why.
Like kind of like there are moments where you're talking, I'm looking at you, and I'm like, my eyes.
I think I could go to
floaty.
Caitlin is very boring today.
Floaty.
She needs to step it up.
Ooh, the 4:30's catching up with me, y'all. The 4:30's catching up with me already.
I actually slept fairly well last night.
Maybe that's why I can't think about
what
I wanted to be when I was a kid. I honestly, there was just so much surviving.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of space to think about those things. So maybe that's why I never really did. It was just life was so transient that, who knows? But no, I don't. Because I didn't really even think about being a pastor until I felt God called me when I was a senior in high school.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what you wanted to be when you grew up then.
I guess that was it.
A pastor. I quit. I'm out.
So here's a follow-up question. What do you want to be now?
I still want to be a children's pastor just so that somebody at this table can hear me.
Oh, come on. That is not fair. It's not fair.
What do you want to be when you grow up, Josh? Alone.
Alone. A farmer. I've said to the church many times over that if God ever released me from ministry, it would be for that.
Yep.
But anyway.
I could not be a farmer.
I'm 44. So I don't think that applies
There's
anymore.
still time.
No. It's like
Energy-wise, maybe not, but there's still time.
I cleaned out the garage yesterday, and you'll hear more about that on Sunday in the sermon, but I was so sore.
Yep.
And I was talking to Kathy last Wednesday. She and I are very much like this. Mm-hmm. I don't have an off switch. Sometimes it's hard for me to get started, but once I get started, I can't stop. So yesterday, I know. Yesterday was that.
Yeah.
Got started, didn't stop until I dropped and I'll go until the wheels fall off. And that's where I think that's probably where I can't farm anymore is I can't balance
You can't stop it.
Yeah, like there's work to do. I got to get the work done.
Yep. And there's always work to do on a farm.
Yeah. So anyway, 44, I can't, like maybe 20 years ago I could have done that, but today, not so much. Anyway. What about you when you were a kid?
What did you want
to be when you grew up?
Okay. You didn't say like, I feel like a kid thing to say is an astronaut or something, but firefighter tracks.
I have thought about writing Elon Musk from time to time to say, can I be the first minister?
Wait, would you actually go into space?
I'd go to Mars.
Are you serious?
100%.
With your anxiety, you would go into space.
I mean, listen, if I blow up, I blow up. I'm not going to know.
You can't, no.
No, for real. I've thought about Mr. Musk.
You won't
I wouldn't
fly,
call him Mr.,
but you'll go into space.
I'm a sci-fi guy.
You are
like
weird.
My dreams are in the stars.
No.
Right now, there's that comet going by. And I'm convinced, I don't care what any astronomer says, I think we should be up there looking at it because maybe there's, maybe it's a probe. I want to be into the great unknown. But we talk about colonizing Mars. I'm like, Alon, could I be the first pastor on Mars?
Can I bring Jesus to Mars?
Ooh, I could build the first church on Mars.
First church of the Nazarene on Mars.
The literal first church. No, I mean, listen, I
won't be your children's pastor there. I'm just saying. I'm not doing it.
It could be a blast.
Literally could not pay me to go to Mars.
I mean, what are you going to spend the money on Mars?
No, this is true.
It's like, I don't need paid.
This is true.
I think maybe part of why I want to go to Mars and be the first pastor there is because you'll leave behind this economical mess that feasts on people where you can't ever get ahead. So we can start all over and say your paper doesn't matter here. That's a little key into my life.
Nope, I will be firmly on the ground. Firmly.
I love Earth. I love the trees. I love the water. I love the grass. I love the animals. But I love space.
No.
And I think Mars could be a great place to just start all over.
I know you don't like J.J. Abrams. But there's this part in the first Star Trek movie of his trilogy where Bones gets on the ship and he's just complaining about all the things that could go wrong. That would be me. I can't do it. There's no way. Can't do it.
I watched The Martian not too long ago with Matt Damon.
Yeah.
That was a really good movie. But if you want a picture of literally anything that can go wrong at any moment and your life is over, that was it.
That was it. I don't think I have the survival instinct to survive alone on Mars. No.
Yeah, it'd be a terrible way to go.
Well, and you want to go there.
I do. It's crazy.
Second, get to know you question. Would you go to Mars?
Listen, I wouldn't. Even if it wasn't Mars, even if it was just a spaceship that was like, we're going to float around for the rest of your life. And maybe we end up at Saturn someday. Okay. I'd Battlestar Galactica that up.
No.
I'd love it.
No.
Yeah. Again, starting all over. I think that's kind of what it is. I think it's like starting all over.
Is starting all over.
I just want to leave behind the billionaires. I want to leave behind the corporations. I want to leave behind the exploitation of people. I just want to start all over. Reset.
Sin will follow.
I don't think you can reset on Earth. I think you got to go to Mars.
I think sin's going to follow.
Sin will follow.
Just an idea,
yes.
just a thought.
Yes, but, maybe I'd be at the top of the chain to start.
No.
And then I could,
No.
set it up differently.
It's not going to work. Nope, not going to work. Okay, moving
Well, they
on.
have it. They have it. What do you want to be when you grow up?
If you say astronaut, I don't believe you.
Yeah. All right. So we started last week. This might be a shorter podcast today. We started last week with, rather than trying to figure out something new to talk about every week, sometimes we'd have things to talk about. Sometimes we wouldn't. When we don't, specifically, we'd come back to this kind of trek through the space of the Old
Stop it.
Testament, the frontier.
I mean, history is a stranger.
It is true. Let it be a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that I view the Old Testament and the way that we should view the Old Testament is to understand its parts, right? And kind of the rhythm of God's people. And Scott Daniels was really helpful. I think maybe I said that last week, but Scott Daniels was really helpful in forming in a better way how to understand the Old Testament, which made it more approachable and readable for me. And that is that cycle of everything's, God sets it up, everything's going well, and then things go well, and people start to turn to other idols and gods, and then God gives them over to exile. They're down at the bottom, and then kind of on that 3/4 mark, it's people are crying out to God, they're repenting, they're changing their ways, and then God delivers them, and then everything goes well, and then you're back at this top, and everything's going really well, and then they start worshiping other idols, and there's just this cycle of being faithful, and then idols, and then giving into exile, and then redeeming, and then good, and then just this circular pattern all the time. And that really helped me see that play out in all of the Old Testament, and especially leading up to Jesus, and even the epistles, and how the church kind of sometimes still goes on that cycle. And so we thought it would be fun to kind of explore the Old Testament together, kind of witnessing it happen, particularly from really the beginning, not the beginning as far as Genesis, which means the beginning, but from the beginning of God pulling his people out of Egypt from, Joseph on.
Yep.
And watching that cycle play out in real time. So last week we talked about
the beginning a little.
Egypt and all that kind of happened. And we wrapped up chapter 2. I think what I really liked last week was the tension.
Yeah.
And you got to remember this story because it plays out in the plagues that come later, but and even the water and the ark and passing through the water plays out again later in Exodus. There's those themes that happen over and over again. But I like that tension of Shifra and Puah raising Moses, and Moses living in the midst of two very different worlds, but being raised in such a way where he never forgot who he actually was. And then that played out when he killed the Egyptian, and then he ran away.
To Midian.
So we kind of pick up where we left off. Moses has been gone for a long time.
He did the start over thing. He went into space.
That's why I like Moses. And look at how good it turned out for him.
And I'm just saying.
I don't even care if my story doesn't end the same. It ends the same as his, where I just look at Mars from a distance and I never get to go there. If I'm up there, though, it's a good day.
Oh, man. But he got to settle on Mars, a.k.a. Midian.
Yeah, kind of. But he didn't get to go into the promised land, though.
Yep, this is true. See,
we'll learn that eventually.
Give and take around here. Okay.
So we hit Exodus 3, and really... you get Exodus 3 and 4.
So he lives in
halfway through 4, but
he lives in this with a desert people. Is that what they are? Kind of.
I don't know if I'd call them desert people. I don't know if they are.
I don't know either.
We don't study beforehand, so I don't have all the answers.
This is true, but also I think that's the Prince of Egypt getting stuck in my head.
I mean, he did leave to the wilderness, so it would be a pretty remote people.
So he goes and he makes his life with them. He gets married and he has kids, so quite a few years pass.
Yeah, I want to see real quick what the notes say. I don't know. It's not...
All it says is a long time passed.
That's right.
I don't know what that means, but I feel like at least a year.
Oh, yeah, because we're still in chapter 2. That's why I can't find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking at chapter 3.
Where did it go?
Whoops. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Okay, so we're halfway through chapter 2.
Okay.
So he's fled to Midian.
Mm-hmm.
He's afraid about what's going to happen to him if he stays in Egypt. And so he goes out to the wilderness. And then he starts a whole new life.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of minding his own business. And then comes this point where kind of the back is breaking for the Israelites in Egypt, because now even the Pharaoh that was there, the I guess the grandpa, if you think about it that way, because he was raised partially by Pharaoh's daughter, so I guess his grandpa died.
Yeah, I guess.
So a new
I don't
Pharaoh
know.
comes that doesn't know anything about
Yeah.
Moses at all.
This is the problem when you have the same name Pharaoh for everybody.
Oh, that's right. That's really interesting, because you get to the beginning of Exodus or beginning of Genesis, end of Genesis, beginning of Exodus, and you have a new Pharaoh that doesn't remember Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
And now here you have this other moment where Moses was raised around a Pharaoh who very much knew who Moses was.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's a new Pharaoh that obviously then doesn't know Moses, because Moses has been gone for a long time. So you kind of have another reset here.
Mm-hmm.
So Moses is out just doing his thing. He's got a wife, he's got a family, and he's just reset. He's on Mars, as you said. He's just living out his life. And then he's out tending the sheep in the wilderness, and he notices this bush that's on fire, but it's not being consumed, and it piques his interest. I don't know why.
I can't imagine why.
It piques his interest.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, he goes up there and he has that conversation with God that's, I hear the cries of my people. Well, first of all, I think there's that phrase, take off your sandals, you're on holy ground. It always makes me think of my parents would sing this special on Sunday mornings. My parents love singing specials. We are standing on holy ground.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now it's going to be stuck in my head
All day
forever.
long. Yep.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so God's heard the cry of Moses' people. Moses saw the cries, but Moses fled.
Yeah.
And here God is saying, we're not going to flee. We got to go back. And so he sees this bush, and God talks to him. And there's a really important moment in this story, where he says, I'm going to send you back. We're gonna save the people. I will be with you. He says that in verse 12 of chapter 3. I will be with you. You shall be a sign that I sent you. When you brought the people out of Egypt, you shall worship God on the mountain. There's a really important portion of this story that we can't lose. It's sometimes really easy to lose in chapter 3. It's when God, the divine name, is revealed.
Yeah.
I think this is really important. Because Moses is saying, okay, all right, you say you've heard the cry, we're going to go back and save them, but I got to tell them who you are.
Yeah.
So what name do I give them? It's so important to remember that a name was very important back then. They're not how we view names today. Even when we try to name with a purpose, it's not on the same level.
Right.
So when you named something, when it throws you back to Genesis chapter 1, 2, 3. When Adam named animals, or Adam and Eve or whatever, they gave those animals their purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That was their identity, their, if you want to use people language, their character, who they were going to be. And so in some way, what Moses is kind of saying is give us the box that you are in.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that this is his name, and boom.
Yeah.
You know how to define him, his full character, whatever. And all that God says is, thus you shall say to the Israelites, the Lord, F is the word here. The word is Lord, which spelled out with the capital letters stands for the divine name YHWH or Yahweh. And it's the I am that I am. I am, but also it's I will be who I will be. And then on the other side, in kind of the Hebrew, it's breathy. So it's not something that's got hard consonants. It's just, you can't catch the wind. You can't kind of lock that down. So when you say God's name, you can't even really say it. It's like it escapes you. It's so, this name that God gives Moses is not a box. It's almost like God says, there's no box that I'm going to let you put me in. You can't know me fully. You can't just say, I know exactly everything about this box. The same way that, when a camel was named a camel, or whatever the name would have been. Like, okay, we know exactly how this thing is going to function. Yeah. You can predict it. I know their character. Or if I gave my kid a name, this is the character, or when the name was changed to something, because a lot of name changes happened back then when someone took on a new identity, or when they, in the New Testament, when they were saved or whatever, Simon to Peter. It's like, oh, there's a purpose behind this. This is going to be your identity. This is going to be your character. This is a God just eludes that.
Yeah.
Who am I going to, what do I tell them? What box am I going to put you in? What box do they get to put you in so they know they can pin you on the wall? He just says, no, I'm not going to give you one.
They are in a culture where they have tons of gods and goddesses, all with names, all with purpose. Each one has its own specific purpose.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to see the complete opposite when it comes to God telling Moses who he is. He's like, I'm everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be who I will be.
Yeah.
And I think it's also important, you're still right on the heels of creation narrative. And what's the thing that happened in the fall? Well, control. Everything was about control.
Yeah.
And I think it still is. And I think that's kind of why I wanted to kind of stop for a moment in the midst of that burning bush story. Is our tendency even today is to try to pin God down and control God too.
Yeah.
You remember, there's a really thin book that came out, was wildly popular, called The Prayer of Jabez.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just some obscure prayer in the Old Testament. And the author, coming from the health and wealth kind of gospel.
Yeah.
Gospel, I don't like that we use that language, but health and wealth preaching, we'll say, was, okay, if you say a prayer this way, you bind God. God is forced to answer that prayer the way that you've prayed it.
Icky.
It's super icky because it defies what happens right here in Exodus chapter 2 or 3. I mean, you can't control God.
Right.
You can't even say Yahweh in a way that grasps it. It escapes you. God is always outside of your grasp, outside of your pinning. And the moment that you try to say, this is exactly who God is forever and ever and ever, before Jesus, you couldn't. You kept missing it. It's like today I was trying to get eggshells out of my scrambled egg mix, and I'm reaching my hand in there and I'm trying to get it. And it's like every time I squeeze, squeeze, and it's really frustrating, right? It's kind of like that. With God's name, it's like, you want to grasp it and you want to grasp God and hold him down and say, here's your box. And every time you go to grab onto God, it just, nope, well, and Israel tries to do that for ever. And we try to do that still today.
Which is why we're called to surrender and all those things.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And, we recognize now the age of grace we live in that Jesus is the full revelation of who God is, though we still don't have the clearest picture. Jesus is it's
the best we got.
It is the fullness of God in the flesh. So if you want to see more or into the depths of God's mystery more of, God pins God's self down to say, okay, you keep missing me, and Israel's going to miss him a lot and make a lot of rules and a lot of laws and a lot of mistakes because they're trying to, find the, pull out the eggshell.
Yeah.
And then it's like God corrects that. It's like, okay, I'm going to show you who I am more in my fullness in Jesus. So we base everything off of Jesus. If there's anything everything else beyond Jesus escapes us. So you got to really know who Jesus is. But I really like to see, here's Moses wanting to control the situation. I got to go in and tell them who, so they can kind of pin you down, because they're used to Pharaoh. They're used to the gods. They know what their names are. They know what to expect from each of them, which is why they would pray to different gods for different things. Here's your box.
Yep.
You get to Greek mythology, and it's like, okay, you got Zeus as the god of thunder, and you got the god of war, Mars, and you got the goddess of love. Okay, this is the one you talk to when there's a drought, or when there's, and that was Santeria, or voodoo, or Vodun, or whatever. In even folk religions today, you have all these kind of polytheistic gods. Each one is in their own little box. Okay, I got to make the sacrifice to this one to get this, and talk to this one to. It's just not the case for Israel. So Moses starts out with this, okay, pretty cool, bush on fire, not burning up. So are you fire?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you wrath? Are you the rain? No, what's the name? Because that's the only way they're going to be able to accept you, is if they can pin you down.
Yep.
And I think that's a word of warning. Sometimes the only way we accept God is if we can pin God down. And especially if you go to church and you hear what you don't want to hear from the scripture, and who do you get mad at? It's not, maybe God's correcting my vision. That's not what I believe. That's what I know God to be.
I was going to say something and it's escaped me.
Sorry,
That's okay.
I should have shut down.
No. You were right. You were right. I just can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, well, it'll come back to me eventually. Or it won't. It's fine.
Well, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
It's okay. You're tired. I'll accept it.
That's fair. That's fair.
When the brain is tired, the rambles come a rambling.
It's true. It's true. So, word of warning. Outside of the name Jesus, and knowing the life of Jesus as it's been handed down to us, God escapes our grasp of control. And it's important to let God be who God is. Hence why they crucified Jesus, because God wouldn't be who God wanted to be, or who they wanted God to be. God is who I am, I will be who I will be, and then that's not meshing, and so voila. And that's ultimately why the schism between the Jews and the church, or the early Christians, and later what happened, is just more of the same. Can't pin God down. But again, a problem we face today, even in churches. God's got to fit in my box, but God defies boxes. So you just got to really focus on Jesus.
Yeah.
So he's basically going into Egypt saying, so Yahweh, that's all I got. He's going to save us, It's like, what do you mean? How's this going to play out? I don't know,
I think it's very... I mean, obviously they didn't want to be in slavery anymore. They're, groaning, and they're crying for relief and all these things. But how much do you trust somebody if you don't at least know their name? And so it's an exercise in.
Oh, that's a good point.
This like the very first exercise, and you have to trust in me as your God.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
So I think that's really interesting that this story is always so interesting to me, because you have this guy who's a murderer.
Yeah, kind of.
And God's I'm going to use you. You're
Yeah.
exactly what I want to use.
Yeah.
If there's anything that makes you think, maybe God can't use me in ministry.
Oh, right.
God used a literal murderer.
Yeah.
So,
Different era back then,
but, yeah.
like, you don't want to pin modern language too much.
Right.
On again, you said it.
Yeah.
History is a stranger. You got to let it be a stranger.
Yeah.
So it's hard to wrestle with.
Yeah.
Because it definitely doesn't fit the morals of today, particularly as Christian people who now follow Jesus. Can you look back at Moses' life and say, did he do the right thing when he killed the Egyptian? No, it was more Cain and Abel's stuff where he didn't control what came over him, and so it exiled him for a while. Again, that cycle of exile. But God always redeems, right? And so might be that upward movement right here in that cycle of exile. But yeah, God uses this guy, and now this guy's supposed to go back. And so, okay, so now he's got no name to give them that's worth a hill of beans. I mean, who's going to really trust someone that they don't know the name of? Again, I really like how you said that. This is the first moment of, I need you to trust me. I won't give you all the answers. I just need you to follow me. Yeah. I just need you to trust me. What a great message for today. Like, you don't need all the answers. You just need to trust him.
Yep.
And God won't give you all the answers. It really fits with even your question of getting to know us. What are you going to be? It's the question that we ask ourselves as Christians all the time now.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Where's God leading you? What's God calling you to do? What's our first prayer? What's your name? How do I know? It's like, no, the first thing I'm not going to give you every answer. I just need you to trust me. Just need you to go. It's funny then to watch how this story plays out until he goes to Egypt. From here on, until he actually finally goes, it's all the excuses and all the things that don't line up in him. Don't make sense for God to use someone like him. He can't talk well. They know who he is. They know what he's done in his past, whatever it might be. It's just excuse after excuse after excuse, even because he doesn't have this name. And even though he knows, okay, so this I am who I am, I will be who I will be, is calling us to trust in him. There's still that element of control that plays out in Moses' life, that plays out in all of our lives of, well, yeah, but what do I have to offer? I need help. I'm not going to be able to do this. Right. Oh, okay, fine. You can have
Aaron.
Thank you. I was thinking Lot. I was like, that's Abraham. Moses. Okay, fine. You can have Aaron, but still it's just this game of control. Yeah. Okay, if I'm going to do this, and so God gives him power and says, why don't you do this? Put your hand in your pocket and take it out. Take your staff, do this, do that. These miracles. But it's just this reminder, I just need you to trust me. Okay, fine. I'll give you a visual. I'll give you what you need right now so that you will at least take the first steps. So now trust that what I'm going to show you here, I'll do later. I'm not just going to leave you out in the cold in Egypt. So I guess in some ways we're on the way up if we're on that kind of cycle. But what a great leading into this story, the tension between the world they live in and the dual world, the dual life Moses had to be raised in. To him kind of being in exile for not controlling himself for a long time, living his own life, God hearing the cry of his people, he still never forgets. Burning bush, you think you'd trust that. You think you wouldn't need a name, and then, no, give me a box. Yeah. I need a box to put you in. I think if I were to take anything from today in my own life, we put a lot of stock into ourselves and into this idea of control. I mean, we're pastors. We're asked to control a lot of things. And as churches, we're good at control. Controlling services, in modern worship, we're good at controlling emotions and how to drum them up when we want them. Our instinct as people is control. It always has been. And when it comes to God, it's one of the ugliest sides of us. One of the biggest temptations we face is trying to pin God down and make God into who we need God to be for whatever particular situation. And the first step of the Christian is to look at God or hear God's voice or hear God's direction and say, I don't have all the answers. I don't even have all the gifts. But to your point earlier, but I trust you.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a big step for a lot of people because we feel like if we follow the right rules, if we do the right things, that's what's going to be the thing that saves us. That's what's going to be the thing that saves our neighbors. So we enforce the rules and the laws, quote, quote, on them as well. And it's just a reminder to let the Spirit move in people in the way that God wants to.
Oh, that's really good. It is one of the things that's hardest in the faith right now. You know, if you think of just a church,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you're going to have people coming in all different walks of life.
Yeah.
All over the gamut as far as their faith walk
Mm-hmm.
and their faith journey. And the biggest thing that God asks us to do as a church is in loving one another to trust Him
Mm-hmm.
as God is working in that person's life.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to trust God
Yep.
there. Doesn't mean that you're not faithful in other ways. Doesn't mean
Right.
that you don't teach truth or, you know, whatever it might be. But it does mean that you're not called to control everything.
Yeah.
You're called to trust in the Lord, to worship the Lord, to serve Him only, right?
Mhm.
And to serve one another and take care of one another. So that's an exercise in trust. You know,
Yeah.
you just got to trust the Spirit is working in people's lives. You don't rush it. And you definitely don't try to control the narrative by trying to force your experience on everyone else. So everyone else. So this is how I was saved. This is how they need to be saved. This is what God did in my life. That means that has to be done in their life. This is how God sanctified me. And so that means that's how everyone has to be sanctified. That is what an idol is. That's
Yeah.
pinning God down into something that's human, into something that's a box. And we got to trust in the Lord that God's going to do a work in their life through the church that is theirs and calls glory to His name.
When you stop like focusing on the things that you think are going wrong, you're able to then point out where God is actually working.
That's so good when you think about the rest of the Exodus story, particularly what's coming up next with Pharaoh and the plagues and stuff, which I have no idea how we're going to tackle that. But
We're going to skip it.
we might skip it entirely. Is this exercise when everyone else is up in arms of like, what do we, you know, what, how do we trust this guy?
Yeah.
How do we trust this God? What do you do? Just bring us out here to kill us, you know, kind of
Right.
thing. It's like Moses needed that exercise in trust too, to be able to point people to that trust later on.
Yep.
So anyway, I guess that's good for today.
Yeah.
You know, if you got anything from Moses' story so far, as you're living in the tension of the world you've been raised in and the world you're called into, the first thing you're called to is trusting in I am. I will be who I will be. You can't control all the narrative. You can't put God in a box. You're just called to trust Him. Now look to Jesus, the author and perfecter, the perfecter of our faith. Look to Jesus. Get a clearer picture of who God is. That will help you navigate the way. But ultimately, your first calling is, I won't give you all the answers. Whatever God's calling you to do today, He's not going to give you all the answers. You can't ever have all. I don't even have all the answers. I don't even know where I'm supposed to be tomorrow.
Our brains might explode
I
if
might
we
go
actually
back-
had all the
I
answers.
might go to bed today. I don't know.
See you tomorrow.
It's just, and yeah, you're right. You have all the list of things you're not good at. You have all the excuses. You have all the barriers to entry, or, think about you as a children's pastor. You know all the things that might keep you from growing the children's ministry or whatever. But okay, fine. Like, you have all that. Who cares? It is about God and what God enables you to do. You just have to trust Yahweh. You can't pin Him down, but He won't let you down. So anyway, follow Jesus, trust in Him. That's the best I got today.
Yay. That's a good word.
Hey, thanks for joining us, and tag folks, and maybe they'll find some strength to follow Jesus today too.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all later. Love you.
Bye.